Everyone, we'll go ahead and get started with our planning development and zoning meeting. Oh, oh.
Hey. Oh, that's Brad. We're glad Brad's here.
We'll start with the roll call. Let's see, Ryan Miller, I am here. Kyle Moraskin,
Here.
Christina Diaz,
Here.
Alina Rogers,
Here.
Christy Kennard.
Here.
Dorothy is not joined us yet, and Muhammad Alam.
Here.
Awesome. Stand for the pledge, please. Great. Thank you. Miss Tammy, do we have any comment cards tonight? No? Excellent. Our first item on our agenda tonight is our consent agenda, which is just to approve the meeting minutes to date. Do I have any motions for that or questions? No? Motions?
Make a motion. Okay, I'll second.
Second, okay. All in favor? What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Any opposed? One. Was there a change we need to make?
No.
Okay. So the motion passes, what's that? 5-1. Thank you. Math is hard. Okay, moving on to our regular agenda. Our first item is consideration and possible action to approve the final plat for Skyway Towers, Manvel. Miss Jessica.
Yes, sir. This is a Skyway Towers Manvel final plat. Staff is not recommending approval of this because we have not gotten approved construction plans from the city engineer. So that is our recommendation.
Very good, thank you. Anybody have questions?
Is this the tower?
Yes, this
Okay.
is the Brazoria County ESD site number
Yeah,
3.
I just wanted to remember which. I thought it was a tower, but I wasn't sure. So
Yes, they're putting a monopole tower behind their building.
Any other questions?
They just haven't said anything to you? You reached out to them, they didn't?
They're in the process of getting approval. We were hoping that maybe that could be accomplished today and we could amend our recommendation on the floor, but it did not happen.
Excellent. Do I have any motions then?
motion to approve.
I'll second.
All those in favor? And all those opposed? So motion fails rather 6-0, or 0-6, I should say. Okay, our next item on the agenda tonight is going to be consideration and possible action to approve the final plat for Pollard Boulevard, Charlotte Street, and Dogwood Avenue street dedications. Miss Jessica.
Yes. Staff is recommending a conditional approval of the Pollard Boulevard, Charlotte Street, and Dogwood Avenue street dedication. The first condition is to revise to indicate Hillside Bloom Road right-of-way width is accurate. The plat currently shows an inaccurate dimension for the right-of-way width. And then second, to revise in order to provide a 1-foot reserve where the proposed street dedication abuts the unplatted property. That's indicated in plat note number 21.
Thank you. Does anybody have any questions? No?
I'm sorry, I have a quick question.
Go ahead.
What does this road end up with? Look like it's just touching to the 120 on the road. It's going to be at 90-degree angles, basically.
Which road's going to be at 90-degree angles? I'm sorry.
It's going to touch the Del Bello, right?
Yes, Pollard Boulevard will extend north to Delbella Boulevard and south to its current location in Blue Water Lake Estates.
Right. But right now, actually, as per the drawing shows, it's just making a 90-degree angles for the. But are there any extension for the future that is going to go continue to go to the north or anything like this?
For Pollard?
Right.
The major thoroughfare plan does have Pollard Boulevard going north of Dobella Boulevard, but at this time, we don't have anything that's under development that would provide that street dedication northward.
Okay, just one more question. For your Del Valle is already approved, right?
A portion of Dobella Boulevard is on the next, a next agenda item.
That will touch to 288, I assume.
It would be the portion that connects the northern portion of the 20 acres, which is just north of the city's property, and then theirs picks up from will pick up from the location where the city's property ends to Pollard Boulevard, and then there's some more property just east of Pollard Boulevard that's Del Bello Boulevard according to the plat.
That's question I had on.
Excellent. Anybody else? Any motions?
Motion to approve with 2 conditions.
We have a second? Okay, great. All those in favor? So it carries 6-0. Excellent. Next item on the agenda tonight is consideration and possible action to approve the final plat for Valencia del Bella Boulevard street dedication. Miss Jessica.
Yes, this is the Valencia del Bella Boulevard Street Dedication Final Plat. Staff is recommending approval with 2 conditions. First condition being to indicate the 1-foot reserve where Del Bella Boulevard abuts unplatted property as indicated per plat note number 21. And then to revise the Planning, Development, and Zoning Commission certificate of approval on the face of the plat.
Thank you. Does anyone have any questions? No questions? Okay, any motions then?
I'll make a motion to approve with the 2 conditions.
I'll second.
All those in favor? So motion carries 6-0. Agenda item D, consideration and possible action to approve the final plat for Valencia Lake A. Ms. Jessica?
Yes, sir. I would recommend 2 if you would like to take agenda item D as well as E with these 2 together.
Excellent. We can do that. So agenda item E is going to be consideration and possible action to approve the final plat for Valencia Lake C. So we're going to combine agenda items D and E together.
So city staff recommends approval of both Valencia Lake A final plat and Valencia Lake C final plat.
No conditions or anything?
Nope, just approval.
Goodness. Any questions?
Give me a second, I want to look and see.
Okay.
Okay, I make a motion to approve items D and E.
Any other? Second? Excellent. All those in favor? So motion passes 6-0. Agenda item F, consideration and possible action to approve the preliminary plat for Meridiana Cadence Drive Phase 1. Ms.
Yes.
Jessica.
The Meridiana Cadence Drive Phase 1 preliminary plat, staff recommends approval of this preliminary plat. To provide some reference, this isn't a new location that we've moved in as far as if you look at on the GDP. So now we're north of Meridiana Parkway, and this is the loop that's on the north side. This is the other continuation of that loop as we start to fill in the pieces and parts of it. So I just wanted to make that reference since we were starting to move in another location with Meridiana.
I'm sorry, I'm looking at the map here. Where is it?
So if you look at the general development plan as you come south from Highway 6 on Meridiana Parkway, you'll notice there are 2 small pieces, one that's a park and one that is a single-family residence coming down, and then you'll get to a street that goes north from Meridiana Parkway. That's Cadence. So essentially, on the eastern side of the property, you've got a loop road, and the road goes north, and then it loops around again south at different locations as it hits, well, one location different as it hits Meridiana Parkway. So, yes, ma'am.
Any other questions?
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve. Do I have a second? Second. All those in favor? Motion carries 6-0. Okay, agenda item G, consideration and possible action to approve preliminary plat from Meridiana, Section 18. Ms. Jessica.
Sir. As I said, this property, which is Meridiana Section 18, takes access from the previous preliminary plat, which is Cadence Drive, Phase 1. Staff is recommending approval with 2 conditions. That is to provide the drainage district approval of the proposed drainage plan. The letter of no objection that was provided does not reference approval of the drainage plan. And then secondly, according to Med 55 operations report and the current Med 56 development summary, there's not an adequate capacity to serve the proposed subdivision. We're asking for Med 57 water and sewer summary. Also to note, without anything having to do with the condition or conditional approval of this, it should be noted that the current existence of the city's major thoroughfare plan that was amended and adopted in 2021 by council is not in conformance with this plat. With that noted, Meridiana's OPED, which was adopted in 2009, vested them in 2009 to provide no consideration for any changes that were done to the city's major thoroughfare plan. So we just want to let you know it's not a part of anything with the condition because they are stamped in time in 2009. So even though we don't have that conformance, it's not part of this consideration. So just as the 2 conditions that were provided before you regarding drainage district approval and water and wastewater capacity.
Thank you. I have a question then. So what effect does that have on the major thoroughfare plan, just for education purposes at least?
The effect that it'll have on we cannot ask the developer to comply with the city's major thoroughfare plan. So either the city needs to proceed with the alignment, or the city would need to find a different alignment that would then get adopted by city council.
Does anyone else have questions? Does anyone else have an emergency we don't know about?
I hope not, anyway.
No other questions then? Okay. Any motions then? Short story, maybe?
There was how many conditions? Just the 2 conditions?
Yes, ma'am.
Make a motion to approve the 2 conditions?
I'll second.
All those in favor? And that carries 6-0. And our final 2 items, can we combine those together?
I think you can, yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Item H, consideration of possible action to direct staff to provide applicants written statements of the conditions for any conditional approvals and the reasons for disapprovals of any plans or plats that were not approved per Texas Local Government Code 212.0091. And then finally, agenda item I, consideration of possible action to approve excused committee member absences. Do I have any motions?
Motion to approve.
I'll second.
All in favor? And it passes unanimously, 6-0. And one more motion, please.
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
All those in favor? 12-0 it is.